He came out to the hotel one day, and this is how meticulous he was. He's looking in the petty cash thing, and he said, "What in the hell are you doing with milk?" I said, "With milk?" And he said, "Yeah, all this money you're spending on milk." I said, "Oh, that comes from Jeff Kenny. Jeff Kenny had the spare parts for tractors and everything right opposite. I said, he drinks scotch and milk." He said, "Sure you're not having too many cornflakes?" I said, no, he drinks scotch and milk, and he drinks a whole lot of it. Jeff Kenny was a very large fellow. He was about 5'2", and you supposed that he could take his belt off and put it at the top of his head and it'd touch his toes, his belt, one of those fellows. And he did. He drank scotch and milk every day. My father said, "This is ridiculous, this milk," when you wouldn't believe it. About a week later, the bloke came into the bar. He said, "Can I see Arthur Laundy, please?" I said, "That's me." He said, "I've got your cow here." I said, "You got what?" And straight away I knew what my father had done. So I rung my father and said, "You've sent a bloody cow out here. What am I going to do with that?"
"Milk it."
He said, "Milk it." He said, and I said, "Don't you have to do other things to milk?" He said, "No, you don't." So that was the milk that Jeff Kenny had to have then for the rest of his life with his scotches.